we don't have much time. There's things we gotta catch up on before the new Salem's Lot comes to HBO Max. Yes, there's the original 1979 miniseries, but we already talked about that. Or we could watch the 2004 Rob Lowe one, but no, there's something slightly more 80s, and that would be the 1987 theatrical sequel to the miniseries, the one called A Return to Salem's Lot. I mean, I guess you could watch this before the new one. Doesn't really matter. I'm only watching it as a Larry Cohen completist who directed and co-wrote the film. Makes more sense than watching it as a sequel to Salem's Lot. Sure, you got Kurt Barlow on the poster. Soak that in while you can. He's nowhere in the film. Though I could see why Larry would be an interesting name to do the sequel, as he had written a script for the 79 miniseries, which ultimately wasn't used, but later on, Warner Brothers wanted Larry to do 2 films back-to-back for their direct-to-video market. Really, the movie more so serves as a companion piece to It's Alive 3, as not only were the 2 films shot back-to-back, but both star the great Michael Moriarty. The movie was co-written by James Dixon, who was Lieutenant Perkins in the It's Alive trilogy. Daniel Pearl also shot both this and It's Alive 3, and Steve Neal did the effects on both. And while they were both intended to be direct-to-video, they were given a limited theatrical release instead. And it's got the added bonus of Larry Cohen-style commentary too, with the flick taking some influence from the play Our Town by Thornton Wilder in showing everyday lives of the people in the town. And it's also one of those darker side of cozy small-town movies, with the vampires trying to blend into normal society. We'll use drones in the daylight to make everything seem more normal, as the vampires and the daywalkers are all part of the town's booming economy. Anyway, the movie didn't go over so well with critics or audiences, but is it actually a hidden gem? Doesn't matter, we're watching it anyway. I've got a good feeling about any movie whose opening credits look redone by a VHS distributor. Yes, shot in pristine Film Ventures vision, made to be shown on the walls of your favorite underground rave. And it's got eerie music from Michael Menard, who did the score for The Mutilator. It may have no involvement from Stephen King, but I'm sure it'll go just like the first film. Wait, what?
Well, you said this was supposed to be a fertility ritual.
It is. He knocked up the chief's favorite wife.
Why in the hell is Larry Cohen's sequel to Salem's Lot also a sequel to Cannibal Holocaust? See, the leads in the Deodato movie should have taken note. Don't be assholes and they'll gladly let you film an execution. The authorities may even show up to scare them away. Oh, wait, that's bad.
What's the matter?
It took me weeks to get next to this tribe, and you come here and screw everything up.
And it took me even longer to find the perfect hairpiece for the shoot. This is a lot to process in the first few minutes. The police show up to just simply give him the message that his son is a delinquent and his ex-wife is leaving them frantic messages. Oh, by the way, what are you filming back there? Oh, nothing. Just another Gods Must Be Crazy sequel. We'll just leave the body there. Someone will eat it.
Hey, I didn't know you had a son. How come you never said anything about him?
Sorry, it didn't come up during our human sacrifice documentary. Michael Moriarty is already awesome in this.
You got something in your eye.
What? Here. Oh!
See, I told you, as long as you aren't assholes to the cannibals, you're still safe. Now Joe is ready to help his son Jeremy before they send the kid to a mental institution.
It's a very fine hospital that specializes in teenagers.
You haven't even seen Jeremy in 3 years.
Just get his sister Nancy to help him in the psych ward. I'm the one who had to take care of him while you were pulled through a door for several years. Here we meet the son who is training to be the best coke dealer in Less Than Zero Junior Edition. He's played by Ricky Addison Lee in his only film role, and just like It's Alive 3, it's another father-son movie. Only they will require less special effects and makeup in the custody hearing. Not only are we gonna see them travel to Maine for a nice getaway, but we see them buy the car too.
How much is it?
What it says?
For this pile of shit, look at this! Look!
This is a sequel to Salem's Lot? It feels like I'm watching a mockbuster of Dutch. Quit frontin'. We know you're gonna buy the family truckster, and we need to remind the audience this is a sequel.
Well, anyway, it's called Salem's Lot. It used to be called Jerusalem's Lot.
Plus, when they made the 79 miniseries, the producers thought that it being called Jerusalem's Lot in the movie would be confusing. This kid is something, by the way.
Fuck you! You're not my father any more than the other 3 or 4 clowns have been hanging around. Shit, how I hate being a fucking kid.
It's like I'm watching the kids scenes from Braddock with the foul language of Sleepaway Camp. The kid's not bad here, but I can't really show much of his dialogue as he chain smokes like he's out of a 90s indie flick. This movie is so weird. Look at this next shot.
There was this girl. She was older than I was. She was 17.
What? Why is the kid suddenly the one driving? I know I should be paying attention to the backstory about how he inherited a farmhouse from his aunt, but I'm like, what's next? Is he gonna get the kid to win some gas money at a casino? The town seems fine. He's already made friends with the gas station attendant.
We like to keep things just the way they were.
Okay, you're giving off weird neighbor vibes from It's Alive. We're just gonna be on our way. Don't make eye contact with the nice man, son. Here we are. One day, all of this will be yours to complain about.
Why couldn't we have got a nice house?
This would be a nice house when we fix it up.
Nothing repairs a relationship more than a fixing stuff up montage, or meeting the local cast of colorful characters, just like in Funny Farm. They're wacky enough to drive right on the lawn.
There you go, Sheriff.
Constable. Constable Rains.
I'm not calling you Constable Rains. You're always gonna be Lieutenant Perkins. Nice to know you got off the island from the last time we saw you in It's Alive 3. It wouldn't be a creepy small town if there weren't swing sets that look like they haven't been used in years, or creepy voices coming from the school.
What are you doing here, boy?
Woof, he'll take his chances at the mortuary from Phantasm. There's a lot of random shot-style editing. Here's Joe standing in front of the grave of his aunt. Where's this going? Who cares? It's nighttime now. For such a slow rise out of the grave, this is escalating quickly. We need the vampires to come out at night to keep the businesses open and the delinquents off the streets.
You kids ought to know better than to be speeding around Jerusalem's Lot at night.
Oh, you mean Salem's Lot?
What, are you having a trivia off? Someone is taking this personally.
Are you making fun of our town? I said, are you making fun of our town?
Wait, no, we're only kidding. We promised to go the speed limit when we drive drunk. Seriously, who on earth would make fun of this town? See, it's truly the scariest town next to Nilbog from Troll 2. You couldn't even make it the same universe as Troll 1? That's the Michael Moriarty one. Sure, they lure in young people for the sacrifice, like the Children of the Corn have finally aged, but it seems like you should be able to escape them. They're all 80 years old and they have to get back to their homes, not before sunup, but before Matlock comes back from the commercial break. Until then, sitcom banter.
Wipe your mouth.
So this movie is more of a comedy than horror, I take it. And no fear, there's still even the children doing some of the killing at night, too. They're in charge of the homeless population.
Come here, girls. Come closer, girls. I'll show you how funny we really are.
Yeah, okay, the kids are doing the right thing by getting you out of town, creepy drifter. Why doesn't anyone just run?
If they get any closer, I'm gonna smack them. Oh, yeah. Smack them.
Oh my god! There's nothing I could have done about this! They're too powerful! I'm very curious how any of this connects. Is this the same race of vampires from the first one? It looks like they got a Barlow mask from the costume shop and it melted in the car. Joe and Jeremy must protect Sherry at all costs. We need her expertise. Yes, that's Larry Cohen's daughter, Jill Gatsby, but she's dealt with people before who think they're vampires. I'm still questioning their decisions. We already know the cops were in on it, but let's take her to Judge Axel? Oh, I'm sure he's on the up and up. Never mind, that's Andrew Duggan, the doctor from It Lives Again. See, they'll fix her right up.
From the look in the eyes, I say she's been partaking illegal substances.
Oh, Christ, I'm so dead. At least the kid found a love interest.
Take the lad down to the town hall. Maybe he's never seen a wedding.
Of course, Grandfather. I'd love to.
It's Stephen King adjacent. Find us the nearest girl who looks like she could be a fire starter. It reaches a point where they don't even try hiding that they're vampires.
She's one of the other ones trying to kill my friend!
Should have just calm down. Mother, trying to help you. Don't
Hey, keep it down. My son is playing with his friend. I'm sure he's fine. So the vampires are part of the oldest race in the world. And say it loudly, too.
Speak it again, Joe. Vampires!
Vampires with a knack for theater! Oh, and sorry about the director's daughter. In fairness, she dies in all of his movies. And I think I know where Jeremy gets his colorful language after Joe's reaction to the judge's exposition.
If you didn't have my son, I'd kick your fucking ass around this town till you couldn't suck orange juice.
Did he just say he'd kick my ass all over town till I couldn't suck orange juice? Goddamn, Michael Moriarty really can take any line and make it sound good. There's something about this movie that makes me still kinda with it. It's like it's spotlighting a deadly underground vampire population in Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. That's why Kirk is able to have multiple jobs, and it's just odd. Why is there a child wedding? Why is she looking at him like, so, you gonna put a ring on it or not? We've been together for 5 minutes. Let me see if I can follow this. The vampires want to go mainstream, and because blood is harder to drink in the 1980s, because as he literally puts it, because of hepatitis and AIDS, they've resorted to breeding cows that they can drink. And Joe's reaction to this?
I've seen enough cows. I want to see my son.
In good time.
I'm gonna use those exact words the next time I'm at a roadside petting zoo. Let's take a break. You'd think they'd have a good stain remover by now.
Matlock's in Hollywood.
Action!
For a real-life murder mystery. Whodunit on Halloween.
So as the song says, it had to be you.
Matlock, Tuesday.
We're back, and it's time we learn why Joe is here.
It sounds to me like you want me to write all this down.
Figures, it's still a King universe. We need you to be a writer to get the vampire's story out. Even his own Aunt Clara is a vampire. I thought it was bad enough when Aunt Clara had war room powers. She even wants her own Bible.
See, you have what they call credibility.
Credibility? He made a poor man's Cannibal Ferox. At its heart, it's still a coming-of-age movie. Look how happy the kids are after drinking blood from the sugar bear.
There's your Jeremy running happily with his newfound friends.
Oh, great. All those annoying-ass kids are gonna want to sleep over some night, aren't they? No need to look further into the boy being okay. They'll get Joe to stick around if we bring his teenage crush back.
I'd be happy if you could just be Joey again for me.
Yeah, okay, but I'm much older than you now. Won't people talk? No, they all have crushes on Joe.
I think he's very cute.
Now don't start that again.
Stop it, he belongs to Kathy.
This is like I'm listening to Neil Breen dialogue if it was better acted. You can tell there's a lot of info gaps to fill, so they do her backstory with more ADR, but done better than It Lives Again. At least here, it's supposed to be like a voiceover, for now. And it's hard to get mad at these vampires who act like nosy sitcom neighbors.
If not, I'll send his soul straight to hell. Good day, dear.
What, did they just get done watching Dr. Quinn? What do you say we get frisky tonight and push the twin coffins together? Immediately, he wants to get the hell out of there, so he'll only be stuck with the bratty kid.
Let's just go home, Dad. Let's finish the house like you promised.
I want you to shut up.
Here, I'll take you to get more cigarettes. Now, where's the keys?
What's wrong with you? You want me to drive?
Does Bart Simpson have a slingshot? Hell yes, I want you to drive. He has to work on his new vampire book, too.
I know they have killed for centuries, and I'm certain that my life and my son's life doesn't mean a thing to them. But they want a Bible.
Yes, but you're ignoring the other Bible. You know, the movie Bible. Where's that fixing stuff up montage? Why not? It is an 80s movie. Brace yourself for this line.
Did you get laid last night?
Who, me? I'm just a kid.
That's not what I asked. I said that this is an 80s movie, and I know your favorite film is Private Lessons. I don't really even need the vampires in this. These two do such a good job annoying each other that I really would watch a small-town dramedy series about them. At least the barbecues would be better.
These cows can replace this blood in a week's time, and we can feed again.
If you can now have cow's blood, why not just fix a rare steak or hamburger? Why drink the blood?
Axel says I have a drinking problem.
Oh, so you can have lines like that. Any director would be lucky enough to work on this, so let's just put other directors in the actual movie. That's Samuel Fuller, director of Naked Kiss, The Big Red One, and White Dog as Van Meer, a vampire hunter with the spirit of an old cigar-smoking comedian. Just 'cause we're all bloodsuckers don't mean you can get out of the parent-teacher conference. The kids can now properly introduce themselves. Tara Reid, that's who that is, in her first movie. That's why Amanda likes Jeremy. She wants to bum a cigarette. It also explains who the people are in the daytime. I would have assumed they were simply non-vampires, but let's make it complicated.
Who are all those people, who hang out during the day? Drones.
We breed them for service.
This is a long way to go to have people who can work the graveyard shift at the local businesses. Also, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
I guess they have no sex education here, huh?
Dad, didn't you just sleep with a teenager? Don't worry, Joe's head's in the right place. He'll make sure the boy doesn't go into the vampire classroom while he's being seduced by Kathy.
You promise me you won't go back in that classroom? And let you go home right now?
That's right, Daddy's gonna get a nice carriage handy. You go straight home and lock the doors if you want. There's pizza rolls in the fridge. Save some for my girlfriend, too. We'll make it quick. People are watching. Are we sure this isn't just an elaborate Halloween prank? Quickly he realizes that his son didn't go straight home like he asked.
To outsiders, I'll be trusted like a child, but I'll be as cunning as a man.
Son, did you learn nothing from Big? You're gonna get depressed like Josh did. Oh, and it's also Roots now.
Serve? Be a slave, you mean?
Slave? Who's the slave?
Well, you got me there, but look, I just painted the deck. I'm not leaving this view. And Jeremy has had a rough night, too.
I can't sleep. Sunlight hurts my eyes.
I love how he could either be a vampire or simply hungover, and either makes sense. Here you go, take this ibuprofen. That'll clear up that headache. Then go Ralph in the bathroom and I'll make you a plate of greasy eggs. You'll be fine by noon. I like that now is the time that he runs. Why do it yesterday? I'll wait for the kid to be unconscious. That way I have to carry him. And can also use him as a weapon when the drones show up.
Why don't you let us go? I'll kill you, you bastard!
It's serious when he breaks out his ADR voice. I'll handle these folks, son. You just lay face first in the water. You're good. I'm starting to wonder if this is even the same sets from It's Alive 3 Island of the Alive. If the kid can survive passed out in the water, then so can Joe. He ain't hurt that badly.
Come on now, you're not hurt that badly. Just a few bumps and bruises.
See? He's fine. It's what the doctor said. But he's in big trouble now for murder.
Well, Joe, you've gone and killed Abner Pepper.
Oh, who?
You took that poor drone's life during his 29th year.
What, did you get the age wrong first and you had to ADR it in later? There's good news though. Jeremy is gonna be a brother as Kathy is pregnant. Whoa, what? I'm too young for this. I haven't graduated yet. Now I need to get a job. Maybe I'm going too far in recreating my teen years. This is all part of the plan for Jeremy to be reborn. That's enough leverage they need for Joe to finish writing their Bible. This is a lot of plot. Question, can your Bibles have cannibals in it? Why is it taking until now to have your Bible? All these research papers show they've been here for 300 years. The hell were these people in the first movie? Not to mention that Salem's Lot is now filmed in Vermont and not California like in the first. Though it does look more New Englandy in this one, and Joe doesn't take too kindly to the police pointing out his flaws as a character.
Why didn't you just leave when you had the chance?
I told you I needed to use his passed out body as a weapon. I'm a responsible father. Also, why are the drones even weirder than the vampires? What was that? Is he a puppet? Luckily for him, wherever there's vampires, there will definitely be a vampire hunter. This man will be of great help.
Well, got my glasses. Wait a minute.
I can't drive without glasses.
I mean, as long as he can see first. With his son gone, he can now have some company. This is just like when Jeremy and I hang out on the porch and have cigars with each other. Jeremy is gonna get so jealous. Hey, this is my room! Why are you sleeping on my dirty cot in the middle of our giant house? Thankfully, Joe comes in to stop his son from sending Van Meer on a wild goose chase to the school to get killed. Aw, jeez, Dad. Okay, I guess I won't kill the old man. Oh, and by the way, it isn't so much that Van Meer is a vampire hunter. He's actually something else.
Seem to be a nice fellow, Joe. Why in the hell would you protect a Nazi?
A what?
Yes, he is in town because he's a Nazi hunter pursuing a lead in Salem's Lot. He may have dealt with the SS before, but that ain't gonna prepare him for dealing with Jeremy.
Just shut the fuck up! And you go away!
That'll show him he knows just what to do to handle this Hitler Youth.
It gets their attention. Wash his mouth out with soap. Now you sit down. Say uncle! Say uncle!
What is happening? This is what we did to win World War II. People think that Hitler shot himself, but really we washed his mouth out with Lifebuoy soap and he retired quietly. Now they can all defeat the vampires together.
Make a right turn onto the main road, don't stop till we hit Bangor.
Easy, easy, Christ. I think they'd have been better off letting the kid drive to town. This guy actually has some of the best lines in it.
I'm not a Nazi hunter. I'm a Nazi killer.
No, you fool! That was the neighborhood watchman! He's on our side! And why do they keep just jumping on his car? We should probably take another break, if anything, so my brain can catch up with this movie.
Have you ever wanted to just sit down and watch a great TV series in its entirety? What are you doing for Halloween? The Twin Peaks Marathon, beginning Wednesday, October 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern, Halloween Eve, only on Bravo.
We're back, and this is clearly where the vampires must be hiding out. Careful, though, the cops are outside, as well as... What? Did they bus in people from another town? Kidding, they're stopping vacationers just passing through, as you do.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you people to leave the bus and answer a few questions.
Seems legit. Let's leave our stuff on the bus and hang out here in Springwood. What's the worst that could happen? They're very tired from the long bus trip. I'd probably be too sleepy to fight back too. Luckily, they are in a school. They can chop up all the wood from the desks and chairs and use as weapons. I mean, pretty good idea. Nothing can stop them now.
We overslept. We lost half the day. How could we have slept so long?
Oh, never mind. It's their one weakness, accidentally sleeping in and missing most of the sunlight. Relax, Jeremy will get their attention.
No, but you can help more by staying inside. Make them believe that we're still here. Move around in front of the windows. Make yourself seen.
We need you to be our human shield, son. I can't say that I'm not invested in this. It gets sillier by the minute, which is saying something, but I'm still like, okay, how are they gonna knock off the whole town? Oh, by just breaking into their houses and killing them in their sleep. No one will get the better of these geniuses.
This is your wake-up call, Your Honor. Shit! We've been had!
Curses! I love a vampire movie with a good old-fashioned hornswoggling. And what's the short straw she drew to where she had to sleep in the crawl space? Oh, it's because she's also the Thing. That makes sense. However, get a load of Van Meer and the greatest survival technique known to man.
Now it's your turn to go straight to hell!
Joe!
Damn, fooled by the old I've fallen and can't get up routine. It helps too that everyone in town is a terrible shot and they just run and fire wildly. I can't tell if Joe shot them or if they accidentally shot each other. But anyways, in the Jeremy plotline, I guess it's Beetlejuice now. Whatever, they got more houses to go into, where they have some fun just shooting them first before stabbing them in the heart. What if none of this is happening and it's just in the old man's head?
You're not gonna get Joe or his kid. You bitch.
Does he think she turned into a mattress? And for the love of God, watch where you're going. Oh God, the parents left Kevin home alone and he's a vampire now! It looks like I'm simply touring a haunted house that's Salem's Lot themed. This is a movie that often gets brought up on the lower end of Larry Cohen's filmography, and I can see why. Between this and It's Alive 3, it seems he put more time and ambition into that film, but I still kinda like this. It still has that crazy Larry Cohen spirit. For instance, here's what happens when they want to keep the vampires distracted.
Yeah, this should keep them busy for a while we go to the school.
Damn it, vampires hate it when you blow up a random barn outside of town. As a sequel to Salem's Lot, it's a choice. Like a script that could have been anything, a couple of tweaks and it's either a Salem's Lot sequel or a Dead and Buried sequel. As a comedy though, it is so batshit weird that I got a lot of laughs from the randomness of it.
I couldn't let you leave Salem's Lot without seeing this production that our young people have prepared.
Yep, there's a school play now. Plus, the insane lines are delivered pretty well. I got more laughs out of this than I did either of the Saturday the 14th movies. Tonally, it's like what I'd see in stuff like Ernest Scared Stupid or Hocus Pocus, but it's made for adults with gore and F-bombs left and right. It's a movie where a minor plot in it is Samuel Fuller hunting an old Nazi. I bet you're expecting a huge way that they're gonna stop the judge from giving his villain speech before he tries killing Jeremy. They didn't check him for a gun? Oh, that didn't kill the judge, by the way.
You'll never make a bloodsucker out of me, you bastard.
But down goes Van Meer, who went from 0 to I want out of this town fast. It's a movie whose flaws, clumsy editing, and plot inconsistencies do make it more entertaining, but it does still have decent gore effects in it sometimes. This'll do the trick, son. We set some coffins on fire, and then the whole town will be in flames, where suddenly there's coffins all over the street. Quick, get this out of the house! We don't want it ruining our new rug! And hey, I can still sleep in this, right? I'm just gonna lay down for a bit. What did you think was gonna happen? Still one more to deal with.
You've angered me, Joseph. You made me lose control, made me show my true face.
We'll dub his voice in, that way there's no confusion that he's the judge. I'm guessing he couldn't do much talking through that makeup since all of his lines are dubbed in this scene. It's the 80s though, we'll defeat the vampires the same way we defeated the enemy in Red Dawn, with sheer patriotism, bro. Now we'll catch the first bus out of town. No, really, there is a bus. Get on! He's too likable to kill off. We'll write it in that he missed shooting himself. And he's a bad enough driver that it'll take till sunup for him to learn to drive the bus, and that'll kill the vampires. My only disappointment in this ending is that he didn't switch off and have the sun drive the bus out of town. I also can't tell if this is sequel baiting. I'm choosing to believe that it's teasing a never-made sequel about vampire cows. Well, that was stupid, but in all the best ways. I'm just saying, you have a double feature of this and Crazy Clancy Brown in Pet Sematary 2, and you will not have a boring night watching the movies. The new film had better address the presence of vampire-friendly cows. Oh boy, that was some of the most fun I've had making an episode this year. Now, before we leave, be sure to show us some love on Facebook by following our new Facebook page at facebook.com/The Real Cinema Snob for extra pictures, posts, shorts, and more, and we'll see you next week.
Judge. You're early, Sarah. Close the lid before I burn.